Today on DC News Now, warm weather and sunshine make a comeback in the region. Meteorologist Damon Matson is tracking when the fall feels take over.
Two U.S. Senate candidates go toe-to-toe. I have the recap on the important issues discussed at the debate.
There are folks trying to clean out their homes. People are in shock.
More help is on the way for those affected by Hurricane Helene. How Catholic Charities here in Alexandria is sending people and resources.
Daniels lets it go for the first down.
Also, from rookie to star, we're following the hype as quarterback Jaden Daniels and the Commanders take the NFC East by storm. And are you looking for some fun for the little ones? We'll stretch your dollar with Imagination Stage.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. Meteorologist Damon Matson joined us with the latest check on the forecast. Damon, we're all waiting for the sun to come out, to break through.
Exactly, and for a little bit there, I know it's not as much as we'd like, but we're seeing signs of that bright ball of light finally showing back up through the clouds. Yes, folks, we are still dealing with some form of cloud cover. Many of us woke up to a gray start to our morning, but that cloud deck is really starting to break up. I know, Northern Virginia into southern Maryland, closer to D.C., have patience, we're getting there. The clouds are being tough across some of those locations to the south, but looking off to the north, it is abundant sunshine in Frederick, Hagerstown, back toward the eastern panhandle and the rest of western Maryland. So we are seeing that sunshine make a strong comeback thanks to the fact that high pressure has moved in. Some drier air is working through. Now, unfortunately, we're not getting a surge of drier air. Winds are relatively calm, so that's why these clouds are going to, at least in some form or fashion, stick around. But we will see a lot more sunshine than we have in recent days as we go later on into the afternoon. Locations that are still seeing clouds at this hour will see more sunshine as we get later in the day, and that's going to warm us up a little bit. We're going to reach the mid-70s before all is said and done. Not too bad for a Thursday. Now, can we get even more of this cloud cover out of here as we head on toward Friday and the upcoming weekend? We'll have that answer in your full forecast coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. Well, the fight for the U.S. Senate seat in Virginia continued last night as incumbent Tim Kaine and challenger Hung Kao shared their views on important topics impacting everyday Virginians. Kaine, the longtime Democrat, has held the seat for more than a decade, and was also a vice presidential candidate, and Kao, a Navy veteran, is backed by former President Donald Trump. With DC News Now's Jean-Marie Sasay breaks down the showdown.
A lot of topics were touched on during the debate, from the economy, gun control, immigration, and even their stance on what's happening in the Middle East. Each of them trying to convince Virginians they have what it takes to represent them in the Senate.
U.S. Senate candidates Tim Kaine and Hung Kao face-to-face at Norfolk State University Wednesday night, each of them addressing concerns of many people like the economy, especially with Virginians spending $1,100 more monthly for basic needs.
Right now, we need to be energy independent. That is the crux of everything. If it costs more for a farmer to farm their land, it's going to cost also more for a trucker to bring it there. And what they've done is they've made us dependent on oil from countries that hate us.
Let's continue to invest in clean energy that's affordable. Let's continue to bring down costs on prescription drugs for seniors. And let's continue to provide American adults with relief from student loan debt.
Child care costs also at the top of voters' minds.
I would absolutely incentivize and help companies, get companies to help out with child care for their families.
If I'm a senator in a third term, we're going to restore the child tax credit, which will be the biggest tax cut for working people in the history of this country.
And with 1 million Virginians owing a total of $43 billion when it comes to student loans, candidates say,
let's talk about public service loan forgiveness. Because if you go to school and then you commit your life to public service, I think that is a very worthy cause, and I think loan forgiveness under those circumstances makes perfect sense.
Bring down the interest rates to zero, and also withhold federal funding for any colleges that keep pumping up the tuition costs.
You can find the full debate on our website, DCNewsNow.com. Reporting in the studio, I'm Jean-Marie Sasay, DC News Now.
Yeah, Marie, thank you. In Virginia's most competitive congressional race, Republican Derek Anderson and Democrat Eugene Vindman debated at the University of Mary Washington last night. Both are trying to win the House seat in the District 7 in a fiery debate filled with jabs. Anderson said that he has deep ties in the community and a long career in public service. Vindman, who also served 25 years in the Army, argued that he would be a fierce defender against Republican extremism in Congress. Well, ballots for November's election are being mailed out here in the district. The district's Board of Elections says that you can expect them later this week, and officials say that you can mail them back or put them in a special drop box that will be open on October 11th. Last day to update voter registration by mail or online, October 15th. A big endorsement in the U.S. Senate race in Maryland. The Washington Post is endorsing Prince George's County Executive Angela Alsobrooks. The editorial staff says that while voters in Maryland have two strong opinions or two strong options, Alsobrooks is the better choice. Our team caught up with her today to get her reaction.
To go and have the conversation to talk about my vision for Maryland and to have that resonate in a way that earned the endorsement, and to hear the pieces of the endorsement. It was more what they said, to say that I have worked steadily. They acknowledged the work that I've done and the fact that, you know, that I would be a senator who would continue building on that for every family, and I'm really proud of it.
The Washington Post goes on to say that Marylanders would be casting a well-founded vote of confidence in her future and their own. Well, staying in Maryland, we're learning that Santa Virtueville was the 17-year-old girl who died in a car crash yesterday, as two other teenagers were hurt after a crash in Sandy Spring. The crash happened yesterday morning near Norwood Road and Nesbitt Farm Lane in Montgomery County. Police say that the girl was driving the car with two other 17-year-olds when the vehicle failed to make a turn, hitting a wooden telephone pole. They tell us that she died at the scene. One neighbor tells us the road where the crash happened is just not safe.
Numerous accidents coming around this curve. Many children have gone into the trees over here. It breaks my heart because somebody isn't going home to their mom, and I'm a mom.
We reached out to Montgomery County Public Schools about the crash. They tell us that all of the teenagers attended Sherwood High School. The cause of the crash is now under investigation. Police are also trying to figure out who was driving the car. And students at Sherwood reacting to the news of the passing of one of their classmates. One student saying that everyone is in shock. Others say it's a tragedy that the community will be trying to process for quite some time.
She just seemed so pure, and like she always had like groups of people around her. She seemed just genuine and nice, and it sucks to hear about it. Another bad thing that happened, and I'm praying for the other two victims and their families and everybody.
Montgomery County Public Schools released a statement saying, quote, that we are saddened by the news and are providing support to students and staff and families affected by this tragic event. And Montgomery County receiving federal funding to make roads safer for pedestrians and drivers. The county was awarded more than $500,000 through the federal Safe Streets and Roads for All program. The money will be used for the county's project to reduce traffic deaths and unsafe driving speeds. Well, more help on the way for those affected by Hurricane Helene. Catholic Charities based in Alexandria is sending supplies and people to help survivors. DC News Now's Liberty Simmons is at the headquarters and spoke with a staff member on the ground.
Well, we spoke with the Vice President of Disaster Relief here at Catholic Charities, and she deployed from here in Alexandria to Pasco County, Florida. And she says the destruction is just devastating, and they are asking for your help. Cell phone video and photos provided by Kim Burgos shows the destruction left behind by Hurricane Helene. Kim and her team have already begun building temporary shelters for those without a home. Catholic Charities is providing water, food, and supplies to those in need in Tennessee, North Carolina, and Florida. They have delivered truckloads of cleaning kits, diapers, children's activity kits, oral hydration products, and blankets, to even solar lights. Now, this comes as Governor Glenn Youngkin also announced President Joe Biden has granted Virginia's request for an expedited federal major disaster declaration. The declaration will provide additional support to those impacted in Virginia.
The best way people can help is to make a donation. I'll tell you why. Because infrastructure is broken at the moment. sending items, you don't know where they're going to go. Roads are closed. Buildings are destroyed. And so sending items is not a solution right now. Right now, the solution is to provide financial donations.
And disaster responders say what they really need right now are financial donations to purchase supplies there locally. And they say that you can donate by texting Hurricane to 20406. For now, in Alexandria, Liberty Simmons, DC News Now.
Liberty, thank you. An elementary school student showing everyone that you can overcome any obstacle so long as you put your heart and soul into it. A 9-year-old Ariana Chambers was recently selected to represent the American Heart Association as a National Heart Ambassador. Less than a day old, she was diagnosed with a heart defect. Since then, she's undergone several surgeries in her short lifetime, but she's not letting that stop her from living life to the fullest.
What does it mean to you to be able to share your story?
It feels good. It makes me feel happy and just myself.
It's very special. I'm excited for her that she gets to share her story. She deserves it.
As an ambassador, Ariana will share her heart story with others across the country. Her first appearance will be at the Charleston Heart Walk this weekend.